Hi everybody, how is it going today? Today is January 27th, it's Saturday, it's about noon Central Standard Time, and I want to talk about my favorite coin to do a TA on, and that's probably Bitcoin. Because I love Ripple, and Ripple is Bitcoin's biatch, so whatever happens to Bitcoin usually affects Ripple as well. So I apologize for my tweet this morning, but you know what, stuff like that really gets my goat, and I'm gonna talk about it a little bit as well, okay? So there was this, BitConnect. Everybody knows BitConnect, guys. So they're gone. It was basically a cloud mining type service where people would deposit money and and the company would guarantee you, a percentage return every week or every month, right? And then over a specified amount of period or of time, they got some interest on their investment for mining, right? So it's kind of like Genesis mining or any type of cloud mining in general. You put money in, they have the hardware, you're mining from their hardware, they give you interest on what you invest, right? So what BitConnect was it was basically a Ponzi scheme. They didn't really mine anything. They claimed to have a bot, a really good bot, for example, that was trading on behalf of the people that have invested, and that's how they got an interest on their investment, okay? So they were recently shut down. And what a Ponzi scheme is, for those that are not familiar, it preys on taking new money coming in to pay off the older customers and their interests, right? So eventually a Ponzi scheme will collapse. For example, Bernie Madoff, if you guys remember him. He was the most successful Ponzi schemer that has ever existed, in the billions of dollars, to the point where, yeah, I don't want to get into that guy. I've watched like every documentary on him, but his Ponzi scheme collapsed because of the 2009 economic crisis, right? So Ponzi schemes eventually do collapse. But you know what was really good about this scheme? What I thought about BitConnect was that they actually could have kept this Ponzi scheme going for a really long time. Because let's say you deposited one Bitcoin, right? Which, let's say it was $5,000 of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin was 5K back then, right? So then they'd be making this investment. But if Bitcoin actually kept going up and the value kept going up, then they would be able to sustain this model for a very long time of paying new clients coming in and also old clients as well. But because we had this massive downtrend and correction, of course the value of Bitcoin, it tanks, right? So it's not really possible to keep up this model. So what I wanted to get to was that there are some specific people on YouTube, okay? And I will go through it right now. So this kid, 17 years old, Crypto Nick, all right? He has literally the biggest cryptocurrency channel in all of YouTube, okay? He's literally the biggest channel on YouTube. So you have to think of the demographic that he targets, right? He's a 17-year-old millionaire is what he calls himself, right? So a lot of people around his age will definitely be attracted to someone around their own age because they can see them as a role model, right? Hey, if this 17-year-old is doing it, maybe it's something I can do as well. And we also have to acknowledge how people could be misled in a scam, right? There are a lot of people who enter the market and they don't know anything better. So they'll believe someone very prominent in the community, right? And someone who's prominent in the community will have a lot of say and a lot of persuasion abilities, I guess. They can manipulate people into doing things that might not be the best things for them because of their power online or because of their reputation in the community, right? So these guys have basically promoted BitConnect to death, okay? And the way BitConnect worked was it was a pyramid scheme. So with this pyramid scheme, the people at the top, right, you want to refer people on the bottom, and everyone who deposited money, the people on the top, they got a small cut of what they deposited. So obviously you're the sucker until you get people under you. So these guys are unbelievable. I mean, we're talking about Trevin James as well, okay, guys? This guy is the biggest goofball I have ever met in my life, like in a bad way. He knows absolutely nothing about about cryptocurrency, in my opinion. All that he does is shills, or he just gets referrals and affiliates, and that's how he's making money. So I want to be really clear with you guys that I will never ask you guys to sign up for any affiliate or any referral whatsoever. I'm not going to try to make a dime off of you guys. I'm not going to have any paid service. I'm not going to ask you guys to use my referral link so I can make money off of you. It's not like that. What I do is very different than what other people do. I focus on teaching the community and provide insight that's very unbiased without wanting anything in return. The only thing that I ask you guys to do is upvote my steemit and reply to it. You guys should reply to my steemit so I can upvote your comments so you guys can make money as well. And that's something that comes from no one's pocket, right? It's just a level of reciprocation and respect, right? We respect each other because I'm putting out material that can help out the community, and you guys just basically upvote it because it doesn't cost you guys anything at all. But these guys, they had to remove every single one of their videos, guys. Every single one of their videos promoting it, okay? We're talking about a 17-year-old kid who threw away his morals and his values, you know, and has absolutely no ethics in the cryptocurrency community just so he can make bucks off of people by misleading them. Like, to me, that gets my goat, guys. Like, I don't believe in doing anything like that at all. In fact, it makes me really friggin' furious right now to know that these guys are abusing their power online to mislead people so they can make money off of them. And you guys know what? There's actually a class action lawsuit right now towards these guys, okay? There's this class action lawsuit, and so far, from what I have heard, they have paid about $770,000 thus far. And there's a bunch of people that are involved in this and that have been called out. You guys can see all of it online, okay? You guys can see literally all of it online, and all the people involved that were accused. You can see the court order online as well. Yeah, so I really advise to stay away from people who are having cryptocurrency channels for the sole purpose of shilling or promoting a coin. Another example that I'm going to call out, okay? Like, I really dislike a lot of these channels, guys. I dislike Suppleman with a friggin' passion as well.
Would you
All
like
that this
to get
guy
involved
does
in
is he
cryptocurrency
shills,
investing?
okay? He shills and he uses his online reputation. Look at this. He just has tons of crap that he wants you guys to... I even wrote on there, all you do is shill. It's disgusting. So these ICOs, for example, that he's promoting, guys, these ICOs give him, you know, a large amount, promise a large amount of the coin, or they pay him in some way or another so he can promote their coins. That is how he's sustaining his income on YouTube from subscribers, right? He is basically pumping a coin, right? And there's been a lot of other cases. I don't want to knock off another person, nor will I say who it is, but this person said something very, he's literally the biggest fundamental analysis or analyst on YouTube. We'll just say that, okay? I'm sure you guys can figure it out. He's also Asian. So he said something really bad about Genesis Mining, okay? Genesis Mining is a cloud mining site as well, where everyone thought it was a scam, right? So you know what Genesis Mining did after this guy started to question the legitimacy of Genesis Mining? Well, they flew him out to Iceland so he could visit their facility, okay? And then right after that, he made, you know what, I don't really care if I say it, guys. I'm just gonna say it. Fox minus Genesis. So before, like he said some stuff, right, about this, is Genesis Mining a scam, etc., right? What they don't want you to know. And then all of a sudden, this is 9 months, 11 months later, he wrote, why I only use Genesis Mining. And then all of a sudden, he's got a code up? He's got a freaking code up all of a sudden when he's making a bunch of videos about it being a scam. And look at this, my visit inside Genesis Mining GPU farm. They literally flew him out to Iceland so he could start promoting Genesis Mining. Doesn't that kind of blow your friggin' mind, Michael? Like, not to, I really do like Michael, but it just goes to show how these heavy hitters in the cryptocurrency community have this type of influence. How do you go from writing, is Genesis Mining a scam? Genesis Mining secrets, what they don't want you to know, to this is 11 months ago to 8 months ago, why I only use Genesis mining, and then my visit inside Genesis mining. Doesn't that kind of make you think a little bit as well? Right? So a lot of these guys are getting paid to promote coins. They're getting paid an unbelievable amount to shill in the cryptocurrency community. And this guy, like, you guys gotta see his page. It's disgusting, guys. This guy, Trevin James, okay? He cannot convey himself in any way. He's a horrible person at explaining anything in general as well. How did they have 136K people, right? Like, it's unbelievable. Never lose a trade again? Really, guys? You're never gonna lose a trade again in your life? This guy's holding bags of Ripple. That is all that he does, guys. He pumps coins. And this kid, Crypto Nick, like, I wish I could just punch him in the friggin' face. I kid you not. 17-year-old kid taking advantage of people in the community, okay? He was forced to remove every single one of his videos, and shame on him. I really hope he has everything bad coming to him. How do you not know, if you are such a prominent figure in the community, that you are literally making a crap ton of money from all the affiliates and the referrals to these cloud mining sites? So before I start my Bitcoin analysis, like, I really want you guys to be extremely careful with who you follow and the information that you guys get. Okay, you have to teach yourself how to fish, and that is the purpose of my channel. And I don't want anything in return from you guys. I swear my life that I will never have any paid content. Like, I can't even imagine what I would charge you guys for. That just couldn't be free, and why it shouldn't be free. Everything should be free. Everything should be freely accessible and readily available whenever you guys want access to it. I just don't believe that people should be taking advantage of other people in this manner. It's disgusting, guys. Ugh, especially someone who does this 16 hours a day, okay, for 7 days a week. Obviously, I'm very involved in the cryptocurrency community. So when I see crap like this happen, guys, like, honestly, it breaks my heart to know that that the greed is entirely overwhelming, and that even a 17-year-old kid, guys, can get this greedy. Don't call him naive. You know, he didn't know any better. That's not true at all. He's the biggest YouTuber for cryptocurrency in the friggin' world, okay? He knows what he's doing. He knows 100%. He used to even have videos, guys. Videos of showing the public how much money I make from BitConnect, where he would have live videos every day. I made 30K this week. And then he would show all of his viewers, right, I made this much. And then all of his viewers think, oh, if I get on top of this program as well, then maybe I can make as much money as him, right? So it starts to cascade that way. So anyways, I just wanted to bring up the biggest drama in the cryptocurrency community thus far. And unfortunately, Crypto Nick and a bunch of other people, Trevin James, they're the biggest degenerates I have seen in crypto space in a very long time. And I sincerely hope that they lose everything. And I hope that everybody who lost money gets something back out of it. So anyways, I am absolutely done ranting, guys. And I want to talk about Bitcoin now, okay? Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. I just want you guys to know how much I care about the community, and how much I want the community to grow positively, and also how much I care about you guys in general. I don't want to see you guys get scammed because of crappy information. I want you guys to be able to do your own research. I'm not a fundamental analyst, keep in mind. I don't know anything about how to research fundamentally. What I am trying to show is how to do technical analysis. What I want to show is how I made a good amount of profit last year. You know, it'd be pretty cocky of me to say how much, but I'm pretty happy with what I made last year. Obviously, I'm not going to say it, but you know what? The goal is not about money. The goal is, once you have already established yourself and you're happy in life, then you have to help others. That's the goal in the community that you want to grow, okay? Anyways, don't ever make it about money in cryptocurrency. Make it about obtaining skills. Money is just a bonus. Focus on improving the community. Once the community has evolved and has developed, I promise you guys that the bull market for cryptocurrency is here to stay. This is just a very short-term bear trend, all right? So let's get into Bitcoin. So I want to make note on the weekly chart. Yeah, guys, this is me talking about the weekly chart, and it doesn't really happen often, okay? So we are at a very critical point right now for the weekly chart. And what we have noticed is that the weekly chart, we are at a very critical resistance level for the RSI. Ever since February this year pretty much. This is the lowest the RSI has ever been, guys, since 2016, since the beginning of last year. Sorry, the beginning of 2016, I mean. Not even 17, guys, but from January 2016. The RSI, the lowest that it's ever been for literally 2 years now, is right here, okay? So now we are at the most critical point that we have ever been for Bitcoin, like for Bitcoin in the past 2 years. Now, the weekly candle right here closes on the 28th, okay? So the 28th is tomorrow, and it closes in 24 plus 5 hours. So in 29 hours, this candle right here will close, okay? And I think that this is an incredibly bullish candle, even though it doesn't have a lot of volume to support it. I think that like right now the open is 11,513. I firmly believe that if we can close with a small doji here, where we close above 11,513 with a green doji candle, I think it might be successful to rally next week. And I also want to make note of something historically. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but if I go to the 20 moving average, we have noticed historically. Actually, I want to go to 21. Not 20 is good. What we have noticed historically, okay, guys, since 2015, October, is that the 20 moving average, I'm using exponential, has held thus far as a major support, okay? Every time we reach this 20 moving average, we have bounced heavily off of it, bounced heavily off of it, bounced heavily off of it, bounced, and now here we are, guys. We have bounced off of this right here, first of all, okay, last week. And now we are critically testing it again. This is actually the second time that it's happened recently where, well, actually it happens once in a while, right? Where it does like a double touch on the 20 moving average there, and then it ends up starting its uptrend, right? So we are at a very pinnacle point right now for Bitcoin. If we end up closing with a bearish candle, like let's say, you know, under $11,000 tomorrow, it's unfortunately not going to look good, guys, for the rest of the week, okay? Because if it does close, what you guys will notice on the MACD is that we haven't been in the negative since like late 2016, right? So we might actually be crossing into negative territory for the histogram. Look at this. So what I'm hoping for is basically something like that, maybe, right, where it just ends up going up. But right now, as it stands, I hate to point it out, but that's a bearish divergence on the histogram by a lot, guys, like a lot we're talking about. So I'm anxiously waiting for the week, and I think a lot of good traders are also waiting for this to close right here. So guys, I know that this right here looks like it's about to cross over, right? There's no doubt that it looks like it's about to cross over. But don't discount for a moment that it can't do something like that, cross over quickly, and then go down to a very low zone, okay? I want to point out many things. We have seen many times where a crossover is very bound to happen, like on a 4-hour chart, right? It ticks up, only to continue downwards more. So it absolutely does happen, where it looks like it's definitely about to cross over, but unfortunately it doesn't have that type of momentum to cross over in a major way and break up to the upside. So what I do see here right now on the histogram, according to Elliott Wave, is this. I do see ABC, guys. I see A, I see B, and I see C, like that. I also see ABC as well, right here on the histogram. A, B, and C, like that. So we are at such a critical point right now. I'm not getting nervous. Like, I don't really care if it goes down, to be quite honest. Like, it doesn't matter to me at all. I'm gonna short the market if it does. You got to keep in mind that shorting is half of the profit, right? And we have to understand how to play a bear market. Playing a bear market is basically the opposite of playing a bull market to me, right? Instead of going long, I just short everything, and I just kind of think backwards as well. So I do have experience playing a bear market, like a lot of experience. Like I was trading Bitcoin in many bear markets, guys. I assure you, I was trading in like the say the 2 to 700 range. That was a lull. I traded between the 25 to 3K range. I traded when it was 59.70 and it dropped to 29.80. I've been through pretty much every major up and down for Bitcoin and have a lot of experience playing the bear markets. Played all of this, guys, like early last year, right? Early last year, I played it from, oh gosh, that was crazy that time too. 1150 down to like 800. I played this bear market as well right here for a few days. This one was pretty brutal, guys. Like we fell from 1347 to like 900 in just a matter of, like, I think it was one day. Yeah, it was literally one day, like 1300 to 900. That was a scary drop. I played this drop here as well from 3K to 2K. This one was scary too, guys. The 49.70, I think. 49.70 to 29.80. Yeah, that's the one right there. This one got a lot of people liquidated, guys. I played this one as well from 8K to 6K. And I find that no matter what, that bears and bulls make money, guys. I'm not a financial advisor, but what I highly recommend, like if you guys want to improve your game, is learn what shorting is as well, right? So now we're on a very pivotal part for the day. This could very well determine the next few days and the next few weeks what happens here. So I've got some good news, guys. I've got some good news, and in that respect, we're going to talk about this breaking out right here. We're going to talk about this breaking out pretty much like that, okay? So we can draw this many different ways. I'm going to draw it like this, that overlaps this area right here, to a bull trap, we'll say. I don't know, how do you guys think it looks nice, huh? Looks pretty good like that, right? And I just want to cross it by the EMA, consider some of those bull traps right there, and we only got some wicks poking out of it. It does look pretty good like that. Now, we were inching towards this the entire time for a few days, right? It was like an ascending triangle. Well, I want to show you guys what I see now. Or not an ascending triangle, a symmetric triangle, right? That was wanting to break out of there. And if we look a little bit closer throughout the day as well, what we see is that, let's see if I can actually see it here. Right, we were inching towards this breakout area into an ascending triangle, which eventually broke out, right? Eventually broke out of it, and it did something called a throwover. If you guys saw my recent video of how to not be bull trapped, that's pretty much how you check it out. You see an ascending triangle like this, right? And then it makes a few touches in here, and a throwover is very common, where it does something like that, and then it throws over to the top, right? And then it comes down like that. And a lot of people end up getting bull trapped, but if you saw my video on how to play these, it's very easy to not get bull trapped, right? So we had this ascending triangle that finally broke out of it, but yesterday's video I was talking about the volume. And in the volume, it just didn't have enough conviction. But now, guys, we are talking about a different story. The volume has heavily picked up, and I'm going to go to CoinMarketCap. I have CoinMarketCap every day, every single day. I should probably start doing it in my videos as well. But what we noticed about Bitcoin, first of all, is that the market cap is still roughly $560 billion, okay? But I want to show you guys, historically, 24-hour volume, we're at about $7.6 billion right now with 5 hours to go. And I'm going to show you guys the historical data of the volume. So yesterday's volume was quite a bit, right? $9.7 billion total. Right, but the market cap actually fell down by $3 billion, which was interesting. So now today for Bitcoin, we're at about $7.6 billion already, okay? And 19 hours have passed, okay? So I'm just gonna take, $9.6 billion, or sorry, 7.6 billion, 6 divided by 19, that's how much per hour, multiplied by 24 hours. We're actually gonna get, just on average, about the same volume as we did yesterday, which is like $1 billion more than the previous day, but it's actually much less than the previous days, right? I mean, we need to break something like $11, $12 billion to get any type of substantial gain. So we've seen the market cap drop a lot, guys. Like 600, 700 billion would be a very reasonable number to be at right now. So you have to think of it from the investor perspective, right? Everybody's waiting on the sidelines right now, just waiting for something to happen to make a move before we start putting money into the market again. I'm one of those people as well. Like my volume traded for the month has dropped from about $11 million to only about $4.5 million now. So I'm not really trading a lot at all because I'm very, very, very patient. I'm not saying that's a lot of money. I'm just saying that we're not a lot of volume, but I'm just saying that a lot of people are in the same boat as well, where they're just leaving their money on the side. I know a lot of my friends who play with a pretty good amount there. They're all leaving their money out of the market as well until something happens. So now that we broke out of this pattern, right? We had this ascending triangle pattern first, and then we had this pattern right here that needed to break out. Sorry, I just took that out by accident here. So we broke out of this kind of, everyone thought this was like a continuation pattern for a downtrend. And I was really debating about that as well, right? I mean, that's been going on since January 5th there. So I want to show you guys how I see this now, all right? So I see this, aside from Elliott wave, sometimes you just cannot use Elliott wave, right? Like the way I see this right now, guys, is now we get an ascending triangle. Interesting, right? So now that we've broken through some key points, we still got a lot of things to beat, guys. I mean, I really do believe that we need to break, like we need to shatter these areas. We need to close like above 11,000, like 750, honestly. We need to close above that number. I'll be very interested in, I'm gonna trade Bitcoin. Honestly, I'm gonna start trading Bitcoin because I'm doing so much technical analysis on it as well right now that it'd be almost silly for me not to trade it as well. And I think that it's going to be not nearly as stressful as well to trade Bitcoin. I find trading altcoins extremely stressful, but these, like Bitcoin, not nearly as much when I used to trade it like a long time ago. So I'm looking for a key region right now between $11,600 and $11,750. So my area of attention will probably be where the body is. Whoops. So right here, guys, I'm going to keep note of this area. When we get to about 11.5, 11.6, I'll be very interested in it. And I'll be even more interested in it when it breaks about above 11,750. So I do firmly believe that we are now wedging into this territory, okay? And the reason why this is extremely important is because today, guys, and tomorrow, we need to break this. We need to close tomorrow above $11,510 to have a green doji on the weekly. And also our volume today and tomorrow needs to be substantial, okay? It needs to be huge because you got to ask yourselves, how many times can we keep hammering at something before it actually breaks, right? Well, I mean, if we keep hammering here and we can't break it, then obviously it's going to end up going down. Will we end up hammering at the 10 and the 9K ranges again? Like, will we test 10K again? So it's going to be a really interesting next few days that's gonna unravel. But there's no doubt in my mind right now that we have to make note of this key area. 11.6, it should have your attention around that price, okay? And then 11.750, that should definitely have your attention, because then we break through a lot of these key areas. The next key area would be around, geez, that's awesome, 12K ranges, right? And then 12,500 ranges, and then 13,000 ranges. So these are moving in about $500 increments, or 250, right? So that's a really good price point to be at. I mean, if we can break 11,750, then hey, maybe we can have a shot at around the 12,000 range to break through there. And psychologically, that's a pretty awesome number, guys, 12K. And isn't 12.5K an awesome number? And then isn't 13K an awesome number? So we've got a lot of resistances to break right now before we can even see anything remotely close to 14, 15K. Anybody who's projecting 15K right now, where they're like, okay, this is the bullish scenario, 15K, I don't think they really realize the amount of hurdles that we have to overcome with Bitcoin. Volume is the big thing right now. We have to attract the new money. A lot of money is being left out of the market right now, guys. Do you guys remember when we almost reached like What was the highest market cap we ever reached, guys? The highest market cap we ever reached was, I think 800K. Let me double check this, okay? Yeah, $800 billion right here, right? So you guys can imagine how much money has been taken from the market right now. That's like, we'll see about 25% of the money, right? A quarter of the money, guys, has been taken out of the market. And if we looked at the total market cap today, guys, I mean, just a few hours ago, okay, how many hours ago? 3 hours ago, 4 hours ago, we were at only $538 billion. Now we're at 561 about, right? So we're talking about adding $25 billion right now to the market cap in just a few hours, guys. In like 5 hours, actually. Yeah, right here is from noon UTC. Here's 17 UTC. So in 5 hours, we've added about 5%. 5% is a pretty big number. So I'm looking kind of hopeful right now that more money is starting to come into the market. This volume one right here, it actually got me extremely interested in it, as it should get everybody interested. This one right here, guys, is kind of a giveaway that the market is getting extremely interested right now in something, okay? This little guy right there. I mean, it's not as much volume as all the other ones that we see, but it's a start, right? It's a start to get people's attention. Now we want to see if the volume is gonna pick up. What I can assure you guys is that, let's just take the average around here, around this range, whatever. You guys have the price in mind already as well, right? There's no doubt that as we inch closer to this apex critical point right now, and is it coincidence, guys, that the weekly candle closes in like 2 days about? And is it a coincidence as well that this right here, guys, this trend line that I'm drawing, this apex point right here is literally 3 hours before the close, okay? Before the weekly close, which is tomorrow, Sunday. This is at, right here, if you look, that's at 2 o'clock, okay? 2 o'clock my time, and it closes at 5 o'clock or 5 p.m. my time, or for central time, okay? So it's literally 3 hours away from the weekly close, and also the daily close as well. So this is going to be one of the most critical points in Bitcoin history that we have ever come across, guys. The next few hours, or 24 plus 5, so 29 hours, will literally determine the fate of Bitcoin over the next few days or weeks coming up. We could very well enter an incredibly bearish market. I don't know about you guys, if you guys have ever been in a bearish market, but if you don't know how to short, and if you don't know how to play a bearish market, you guys are going to see something awful. It's going to make you cringe. A bear market, guys, is one of the scariest things to have ever come across. Like, it gives me shivers to think about it. Yeah, I'm pretty good at playing it still, and I still make a fortune shorting. But it doesn't alleviate my conscience knowing that a lot of people may not know how to play it, and there's an unbelievable amount of people that will be liquidated, that will lose their money, that will try to catch the bottom, but it's just not the bottom because it's a bear market. And then your Elliott wave analysis has to completely change as well, okay? I've never even done an Elliott wave analysis for you guys in a bear market, but in a bear market, Elliott wave is not fun, put it that way. You have to think about everything backwards almost, okay? So I'm very anxious today. I'm not going to deny it, right? I'm very anxious because I want it to be a bull market. It's a lot easier to deal with. It's a lot less stressful as well, and everybody can make money in a bull market. Sorry, I'm not sure if I said bull market or bear market, but I meant I want a bull market. Okay, I don't want to see people get liquidated. So today there's yeah, it's a very stressful day, and I'm feeling the tension in the air already, just in the community. I'm looking at very prominent figures in the community, or technical analysts rather, and getting their vibe on it as well, just getting a vibe of TradingView on Reddit, on Twitter as well, right? So don't think for a moment, guys, that we are in a bull market right now still, just because we broke out of some key places. Please keep in mind this weekly candle right here that I'm talking about, okay? This weekly candle, if you look right here on the open, okay, the open is $11,513. In order for us to have a green doji, it needs to close above $11,513. In fact, if we can close around 11,750, that would be ideal, because then we would have a slight hammer on it. 12K would be the most ideal because we'll definitely have a hammer on it then. In fact, if we close above 12K for the week, I can expect a pretty sharp rally. So now the volume for the day is only half of yesterday, which is worrying me, guys. Like, this worries me, okay? We've only got 4.5 hours to go for the for the day, and the volume is literally half of yesterday, guys. Half of yesterday, okay? We need to break this volume by at least twice as much, I'd say, okay? In order for us to even get close to something that can sustain this level of support. Because as far as it stands right now, I don't believe that we have the volume to support it yet. This candle right here is implicative that people are interested, but we've got a few hours to go for the daily, and I kid you not that if we don't close with a lot more volume, people are gonna enter that bearish mindset as well, right? Trading is very psychological. If the majority of people believe that it's going to be a bear market, then we're all going to adopt that same thing. So the only thing what I really want to emphasize to people right now is you guys got to stay extra cautious, okay? I'm staying more cautious than I have ever been in a very long time because I refuse to risk money and lose unnecessary money. So it's hard as well to disagree with that this is making an ascending triangle, right? But hey, we've seen ascending triangles break down before and stay down. Now let's see what this is going to do. There's no doubt in my mind that this is going to eventually start wedging into this apex region right here. And then what happens after that? Can we sustain it? Can we break anything? Now this is my primary focus today, guys. If we reach this critical apex zone right here, I will buy Bitcoin. I will go long on it. I will be one of the people that wants to be bull, and I'll, just try my best to buy as much as I can and hope that there is a rally if we do break above 11,750. Because last thing I want is a bear market, guys. It's not fun playing in a bear market. It's very scary shorting in a bear market as well, or trying to catch the bottom when you're trying to go long. So stay tuned, guys. Today, please keep an eye on that weekly today and tomorrow. Today, keep an eye on the volume. Today, keep an eye on successfully closing above there. Heck, we might even drop right back down to any of these trendline supports as well. So I'm not 100% convinced yet, guys. But I do want to go over the moving averages now, okay? Just let me pull up some stuff on here. Okay, let's go to moving averages for Bitcoin here. So the moving average on the 5-minute chart is actually supporting it right now on an uptrend, which is great. And it is as well on a 15-minute chart, right? It's going upwards, but not parabolically. That kind of shape looks like this kind of shape, right? Where it's not fanning out parabolically and it wants to eventually crash back down. So if I go to the 30-minute chart, it has fanned out, but the volume died right away, okay? It died entirely. Now we look at the 1-hour chart, it has fanned out. Where's the volume? Where the heck is the volume, okay? I don't see it right now. It needs to be up there. Now I'm just trying to take a look at, for example, here. Just example here. Here's a little bit of an uptrend. Here's much more volume. We take a look over here, guys. There's only volume on this first candle right now. We need to have volume to sustain something well above this resistance right there. So now that we've crossed over, if you guys have noticed, we broke this resistance, right? And it's now a support. So what we have to make note of is that, can this trend line right here hold as support now that we've broken through it? So if this does correct, it cannot correct, guys, lower and break back into this more bearish territory. So now I am just waiting on the edge of my seat right now, waiting to see if it will actually just fall slightly above here and hover here and then break upwards, right? I have to be extremely patient today. We look on the 3-hour chart as well. We are so close, guys, to an uptrend. Like, so close right now, but not quite there yet, right? Like right here, for example, it broke above the 55 EMA. Everybody might have thought, hey, this is about to cross over. The yellow line is going to go underneath it. But bam, it did not, okay? And then we ended up downtrending again. Now, look at right here, right? It looks like it's about to move up, but we're not going to know on the 3-hour chart if this has actually successfully crossed over yet or not. Last thing I want to do is be bear trapped, okay? Now we look here as well, we have not entered into any type of bullish territory yet, okay? Even on a 3-hour chart. I want to explain to you guys what a bullish territory is. A bullish territory is above 60, okay? It's above 60, right around there on the RSI, okay? According to Brown's RSI rule, above a neutral zone is basically between 35, 65. A very bullish zone would not go below 40, and it would go well above 70s to 80s to 90s even, okay? And a bearish zone would basically hover between the low numbers to about 60, 65. Now I want to show you guys on a 3-hour chart what a bullish market looks like, okay? This is what a bullish market looks like. Look at this RSI. Have you guys ever seen any RSI like this ever in your life before? Look at this. Make note of this, and please remember that this right here, that this right here is what you call a bullish market. Look at that RSI, guys. It is on a 3-hour chart. The RSI is at almost 90, okay? That's a massive number, guys. So we need to break this RSI resistance right here. Until then, I'm really not interested in buying. And the moment that we break this will most likely be the exact same time that we also break above this right here, guys. Above this right here, okay? This ascending triangle that I'm drawing. I firmly believe that if we can break this ascending triangle on Bitcoin and get over 11,750 about and close successfully with a lot of volume up there, that we will also break the 3-hour chart over this RSI that is acting as a resistance right now. Now in the 1-hour chart, have we broken any resistance on RSI? No, not really, guys. Like nothing really, okay? I mean, we're still under 60-ish, right around there. So make sure that you guys are also noting this RSI, alright? It's extremely important that we know where the critical resistances and supports are for RSI as well. So it's looking more bullish than bearish, but it's also looking more bearish than bullish, depending on how you look at it. There's a lot of mixed signals, guys. I mean, the mixed signals on the weekly, right? That's really scary as well, that we've actually crossed over on a weekly now, like into the negative right here, right? And if you guys take a look, this one right here is my 21 moving average. And like I mentioned, on the 21 moving average there, we are bouncing off of it once, bouncing off of it twice, slight crossover here. But what we want is, of course, for this to just come down here like that and then go back up. So critical moment, guys, for Bitcoin. I'm getting a little bit anxious and nervous, but you know, it's not going to change my game. I love this feeling of being on the edge of your seat right now and just waiting for the next huge play to come up. And I kid you guys not that in the next 29 hours, tomorrow's closing for the weekly candle, and today and tomorrow needing to close above, say, $11,513 specifically for a green doji candle, and maybe 11,750 for a more bullish hammer candle combined with volume. These are the criterias that need to be met for us to finish this bullish short-term bear trend, right? Bear market. So yeah, there's just lots that need to be met right now. So I'm not convinced 100% at all that we're entering a bullish market right now. We have to meet these criteria first, guys. I'm sorry to say. So please exercise caution and patience, as you guys have seen in my other videos as well. I apologize if this video was extremely long. I was actually thinking a lot about Bitcoin last night. I was lying there awake for about 3 hours, just thinking to myself, trying to do tea in my head. I have this weird thing of it's kind of weird, guys, but if I see a chart, it kind of like is engraved in my head. It burns a picture in my head, right? And I can recall a chart, put it that way, almost pretty much by memory, right? Just the general shape of it, and I'm just trying to think of patterns. I don't know. It's just I've always been like that with like pictures and numbers and math and stuff like that. Maybe it's an Asian thing. Who knows? Maybe it's an Asian thing. So I apologize for my rant again, guys, in the morning about or not the morning, but just a little while ago about the about the crypto Nick and Trevin James thing, but I'm not sorry that it's happening to them. They deserve everything that's going to happen to them. So and I apologize about the tone. You know, I don't usually rant like this in a video, right? I'm usually very positive and supportive, but a lot is going on in the crypto community that needs to be addressed so the public is aware of what is going on. And also this whole Bitcoin thing is making me a little bit nervous, and I'm just sitting here patiently seeing what's going to happen today and tomorrow. I was actually going to take today and tomorrow off, but here I am with Luna, and I'm probably going to head to my parents in about a few hours, just chill there a little bit with her as well. And other than that, I hope you guys stay safe, and thank you very much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate an upvote on steemit. Other than that, make sure you guys also like, subscribe, and share to all this stuff on YouTube and on Twitter as well. Have yourselves a great day, guys, and take care now. Bye.